Although it's not perfect, we're having a ton of fun with it, and no fandom is without its complaints, so here we are to talk about 10 things Pokemon Go players hate. Starting off with number 10, I got 3 words for you. Zubats, Pidgeys, and Rattatas. Most of you guys that live in a similar, normal, standard, and kind of boring climate and geographic location know that these are the 3 most common Pokemon you come across, and they're basically straight up trash. And you know what, this isn't completely unique to Pokemon Go, it was in the original Pokemon games, but here it's more exaggerated. Zubats, Pidgeys, and Rattatas, and some of the basic bug Pokemon are basically the epitome of terrible in this game. They're everywhere, they're annoying, they're far too common, and they're not even good XP fodder because most of them take over 50 candies to evolve, so it's kind of just a waste of everybody's time. Let's just get these out of here. And at number 9, you guys gotta hate this too. You hunt down the Pokemon that you've been wanting forever, it finally appears on your tracker, you manage to track it down, you get to catch it after multiple attempts, and then the game freezes once that Pokemon is in the Pokeball. Right at the gotcha screen, the game decides to lock up or the servers lag or whatever, but basically you're stuck and shit out of luck. That Pokemon is not yours, you did not catch it because you gotta close out and restart the app. This has been happening a ton on Android with a lot of reports on iOS as well, and it is the absolute worst. You guys know tracking down that elusive Pokemon that you've wanted, it might be one of the last on your list. It is not an easy task, and to have it all just crumble in front of you because stupid app errors is the most frustrating thing ever. And number 8, let's talk about something geographical. Uneven densities in gyms and Pokestops. This doesn't necessarily mean you live in the middle of nowhere even. You could live in a pretty well populated area, but for some reason the developer Niantic decided to populate it with less fun stuff. I know it's based on landmarks, but sometimes you're just not near any landmarks and there's absolutely nothing. And it is a total drag, but then on the flip side, sometimes you can travel just 2 or 3 miles or go a few blocks, and the place is just loaded with Pokestops and gyms, and it's really disheartening. It really sucks to be stuck in a location with absolutely nothing. And at number 7, something that we really hate is sometimes just how hard it is to catch some Pokemon. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. For example, you're trying to catch something semi-difficult like a Pidgeot or a Beedrill. The thing just won't stick, it won't stay in the Pokeball, even though you might get like 10 or 12 throws that are great. You could be around level 10, the CP of the Pokemon was under 400, and you have such a hard time catching it. Even using fruit to make the Pokemon easier to catch isn't always a surefire thing. There's just a lack of real definitions to catching Pokemon here. Whether it is completely random or there is a lack of rules here, it's just a little frustrating either way. Then again, on the flip side, this has happened to me and it's probably happened to you once or twice. You come across a similar Pokemon, maybe it has something way more like 500 CP, and then 2, 3, 4 throws and you catch it no problem. Same situation, same type of Pokeball, same attempted throws. What is the deal? I know some of you guys are gonna say in the comments it's just a get good type of thing, but it just seems like the mechanics are wildly inconsistent sometimes. And at number 6, I got 3 more words for you. Team Instinct, Team Mystic, and Team Valor. I gotta say, you know what I hate? Some people take this shit really seriously. But that's why this is on this list, because chances are you're in one of these teams and you hate another team. It's kind of like a turf war type of thing, but also just kind of a philosophical thing. If you think about it, maybe it comes from the original games, like a red and blue rivalry, so it makes sense that the red team hates the blue team and stuff like that. And I gotta say, as someone from Team Mystic, we are the butt of a lot of jokes and it really hurts. Some people really go nuts on this though, and this is the same thing with Ingress. This is Niantic's previous game, where people got really territorial and really fierce about the team they were on, to the point where they ignored other players and basically friends just because they were so dedicated to their dumb little meaningless team. Don't be that person in Pokemon Go. And at number 5, something that Pokemon Go players really hate are societal boundaries. Yes, I'm talking about anything. Cops, friends, families, neighbors' backyards, being a trespasser, inaccessible locations that are either guarded or fenced off, and basically generally anyone who just gets offended seeing you catch Pokemon. Hey, it's not my fault some things are off limits, okay? It's not my fault that Area 51 has a 10-foot high fence around it. It's not my fault that you're not allowed to go into the police station unless you're invited. It's not my fault you're not allowed into that abandoned subway tunnel. It's not my fault you're not allowed in that grocery store after it's closed. It's not my fault you're not allowed in the basement of that house of that neighbor that you've never even met. I know this is a real world thing and we need to follow the rules, but it would make the game easier if you didn't have to. And at number 4, you know what I definitely hate? The people laughing at people playing the game, calling us nerds who, oh, they finally stepped outside of their house. They finally came out of their basement. Yo, shut the hell up. Stop bashing Pokemon Go and making fun of people. Because you know what? Some of us are having a fun time with this little craptastic game, and we are going outside and getting some fresh air. But I think time and time again, it should be proven that that gamer stereotype is not a real thing. So people perpetuating that agenda totally suck. Let us catch Pokemon in peace. And at number 3, since we are talking about shitty people, let's talk about those people that love to announce that they are not playing Pokemon Go. Oh, good for you. You're not playing one of the most popular games of all time. Great, good job. Yeah, I know you're above it, and you know what? So was I for a second. It's not the best Pokemon game by any means, but it's just fun and addictive, and it's a good way to pass the time. You're not a special snowflake because you think you're too good for Pokemon Go. Well, you know what? It is a trend. It is a fad. It will definitely die out eventually. But for right now, let some people have their fun. And at number 2, something that I think many Pokemon Go players hate, and myself especially, is some missing features here and there. First of all, trading definitely needs to be a thing. Niantic said that it is coming in the pipeline, but goddamn, that's like a basic Pokemon thing that should have existed when the game was made. And on the flip side, I definitely want more of a battle system. I want to be able to see other trainer friends that I know out in the real world and battle them with ease. Because there is a battle system in place, but just being able to battle at gyms is kind of a drag and a bit of a letdown. Also, fix the battle system while you're at it, make it turn-based, because goddamn, that's how Pokemon should be. And at number 1, the thing that Pokemon Go players hate the most are server issues, because they still happen all the time. This game is immensely popular and exploding, and it seems like Pokemon Go's servers can't keep up with the demand. And it is getting better and better every day. They do really seem like they're trying here, but it totally sucks when you can't get on. When you're in a good location, prime with Pokemon, it either crashes and disconnects, or you just can't get in the first place, and that's a letdown. Not to mention that, let's give a shout out to all the people who don't even have Pokemon Go yet available in their countries. You guys probably hate that more than anything, and for that, we feel for you. So guys, those are 10 things that players definitely hate about Pokemon Go. It is a fun little game, but it's not without its issues, and any fandom or hardcore audience that spends a ton of time with a game will come up with some complaints here and there, so we want to hear about yours down in the comments below. Anything you got to say about Pokemon Go, let's talk about it down there. You guys know the deal. If you like this video, clicking the like button helps us out a ton, and we really appreciate it, and subscribing if you're new is a great idea.
Potion or whatever. No. We have this. We need one more hit. No. Voltorb. Voltorb, buddy. Yo, we just got absolutely wrecked.